Okay, hello there. This is chapter 12. Yeah, I forgot it for a second. It's like, I don't know, super slice of life. Which, knowing his writing makes me incredibly nervous for what's going to happen next. Because every time things start to get super slice of life and like happy-go-lucky and really just cheerful, something fucking insane and horrible happens. So I'm already nervous, but it's not going to be anything in this chapter. So basically, his parents are just letting like him and this girl just, they're in the same room, you know. I mean, they're teenagers, but fuck it, right? They can just live together. And there's this moment where I don't know if this is anybody else's thought on this, so I'll just tell you. His mom opens the door and is like, hey, you're not going to school today, you have to help me pack because we're moving. And they both replied, okay, Mom, and he's all like heart fluttering because she called his mom Mom. And she's like, she could be my mom one day. What? I don't know about the rest of y'all, but that makes me really uncomfortable. That's some like creepy kind of sort of incesty vibes. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me, though. I could be wrong. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there and just say that I could be very fucking wrong. So anyway, they're packing boxes and shit, and his mom calls Davis over to help them move stuff, and Davis is kind of upset, but then, like, they have to go to the store, so, you know, he totally gets over that, and then he's back to his usual, like, self, making the same weird jokes that are very obviously Greg's humor. So I don't really know. Like, that's pretty much what this whole trip to the store is. It's him making the same strange, fucking, like, very dated jokes. Like, they really are. It's very, like, oh, it's very much a product of the time. And I get it. This was written a while back. His mindset is still in this area, so, okay. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it doesn't work now, but then again, a lot of things don't work now, so I'm just gonna go with that's fine. I'm not gonna judge that too harshly, because whatever. So they have this whole, like, serious conversation about whether or not James, is serious about, being with Abby, and he's like, she's like my whole world, bro. And then they just like, bro, and have like a total bro moment, when it's like, weirdly, I don't think he meant to imply it this way, but it weirdly seems like the main reason Davis is pissed off at Abby is because he really wants James to go out with him. Because he's kind of acting like a jealous ex-girlfriend, you know? And it's a little weird, because I know that's not where this is going. Though I totally ship it. That being said, let's move on. We find out why his sister, who we legit forgot even existed for a little while there, is so bummed out about shit, and it's because the boy that she liked was killed in that world fucking shattering, literally record breaking school shooting. And so she's wanting to move with them to this place on the other side of the mountains. I did the epic hand gesture, but you can't really see it. And start over because she just can't stand being in that school anymore, which is, you know, a legitimate fucking reaction. I feel that. Pretty fucked up. Okay, moving on. So, after they have this one paragraph conversation, James and Abby go to drop Davis off, and then they do, and then when they're going back to the house, they stop at, like, this park, and have, like, this whole super deep conversation about the stars, and how even if you looked at everything on Earth, you wouldn't see as much as if you looked up at the sky, which is, yeah, technically true. And just that. It's like, it's super deep, and then they have like this whole like conversation about having kids and whether or not they're gonna have kids someday together, and how like James totally wants to, and she's just like, okay, and it's because like you're like my whole world, and they're totally gonna like she's gonna get pregnant by the end of this book, isn't she? That's gonna be a thing, isn't it? I can't prove that, but I feel it. I just feel it. Now, that being said, like I said before, this was a total, like, kind of saccharine slice of life, pretty innocent chapter that's just filled with, like, weird Davis antics and the kind of silliness that is in some of the other chapters. Which, again, knowing the writing style and knowing how a lot of this originates makes me super fucking nervous for what I'm about to read next, because I know something insane is about to happen. Because I kind of have to go back to this. It's very much the fan fiction, like, writing style. It's like each chapter is written in this encapsulated fashion, where it starts with a thing, and then it goes through these things, and then it ends on like a down kind of thing, like a fully enclosed thing, like an episode of a TV show, which is how a lot of chapters on like fan fictions and shit are written. So that is what I honestly think is about to happen here. Is we're gonna get the next episode, quote unquote, and we're gonna go right back off the rails like we have before, because that's how this shit works. Now, I can speculate about a lot of things. I could, because I've watched other people talk about it. But I'm trying not to. I kind of know certain things, and I kind of know how this ends. And I've probably kind of said that in several episodes. But I'm also really trying not to think about these things, because I really want to judge this, on its chapter by chapter, on its own merit. And that's honestly, kind of a thing. It's a little difficult because of the style and everything. I don't have anything against fanfiction. Lord knows I don't. I read enough of it for this channel. But I definitely know the tropes, the style, the wording, the way things are done. Like, I can't explain to you guys about the paragraph structure in this book without literally showing you what's in it, which is, something I can't do. But if you look up any kind of, I don't know if that would be called long form, but it's generally any kind of fan fiction where they do that thing where there's a paragraph and it's of a size. It's not necessarily a standard paragraph by like literary measures, but it's like a physical size on the word processor screen. And then page break. And then we start on the next one. And it's all done to kind of encapsulate one little thing. And you can kind of pick them out. You can pick out the parts. It's not long paragraphs that cover, different things in order to get across certain ideas. It's very simple, short paragraphs to specifically notate certain things that are happening, all within this kind of encapsulated single chapter episode of this story. Like, not just this, other fan fiction like stories I've read as well, but the way it's written and the way it plays out, you could easily imagine each chapter starting and ending with like an opening and closing credits, or like an opening and closing theme song, because of the way that it's written. And that's why I legitimately think, and have said on multiple occasions, I legitimately think that a lot of Greg's original, like, writing, I don't know, experience? I don't know if that's the right word. I feel like he cut his teeth doing this kind of stuff, you know? Which is not necessarily the worst thing in the world. A lot of people do that. But it shows. And I gotta be honest, after reading Empress Teresa, it's kind of nice. The story itself is still really weird, and there's still a lot of crazy shit going on, but it's nice to be back to familiarity, where I'm not opening a chapter, and the chapter is 30 fucking pages of just walls of useless text. I will say that Onision writes better than Norman Boutin. That much is, oh my god, absolutely true. There is a momentum. It's a weird momentum, but at least there is one, and I am not dreading each and every fucking chapter. I'm actually okay with reading multiple chapters of this. When I did the Empress Teresa stuff, I had to limit how many chapters I was willing to expose myself to per day, because they could take so long to get through, because they are so densely packed with useless fucking information. At least Greg didn't do that. So I will thank you on that front, buddy. At least you're not fucking Norman Boutin, and thank God for that. With that being said, though, that's the end of this episode, so, thanks for being here. Make sure you do the YouTube thing, get the liking, commenting, subscribing, all that shit. And I'll see you guys in the next episode, okay? Alright, goodbye!